Hey everyone, my name's Allanda. Welcome. I am on week 87 of my GLP-1 weight loss journey. I'd like to thank Mochi Health for helping me along my way. I'll get into them in a little bit. If you're new to the channel, again, I'm Allanda. I'm 48 years old. I'm a high school teacher and I am a mother of 6. I have 2 biological children and 4 adopted children that for the last many years, I spent a lot of time putting them before myself. And thankfully, now with this GLP-1 weight loss journey, I'm learning how to step forward and shine in my own light. So let's get into my weekly update. If you're new, I usually give a weekly update every Friday. And in that, I talk about things that are going on, any lessons that I've learned, any pitfalls that I've fallen into, and just kind of how the journey is going all in all. Now, I will tell you, for the month of September, I'm practicing no scale September. I have been in a plateau for a beautiful little minute, and I am not worried about that scale right now. I am trying to go ahead and do all the things that I know I can do as far as my food, my exercise, and also spend a little time diving deep into some of the new discoveries that I found within myself. If you've been journaling around with me for a while, you know that I lost 75 pounds, but in the quest of that, I deal with a lot of inflammation. I didn't realize I had so much inflammation. One, the medication does help bring it down, but it's caused to question, why do I keep getting so much of it? So many of my doctors and I have deep dived. We're still working. It's like a puzzle piece and we're missing one of the puzzle pieces. So we're trying to figure it out. And I'll tell you a little bit about that in a moment. So let's talk. Today is Thursday. Tomorrow I will take my injection. And no, I will not step on the scale, but I will take my injection. And you'll see that at the end of the video. This past weekend, I spent Friday, Saturday, and really late Saturday in Georgia. I have a daughter out there, and so I flew in for Parents Weekend, had a really nice time, but I had a non-scale victory. Actually, I had several non-scale victories. One, on my flight there, I sat in the aisle seat, and I thought I had a picture, but God dang it, I took a picture of the actual seat, not me in the seat. That lets you know how early it was. It was a 6 a.m. flight. Actually, that's a lie. The flight took off at 5:45. So I was up and at it at 3 a.m. So I wasn't comprehending a lot that morning. Hence why I took a picture of the seat and not me in the seat. But nevertheless, I had an aisle seat. And usually in an aisle seat, 75 plus Allanda would be worried about my size in that seat. And I didn't have any issues. Matter of fact, I was like this pretty much the whole time, and I never got hit by the cart. I never heard a lady say, "Excuse me." So when I realized we're now landing, I was like, oh shoot, okay, I did that. Yeah, I did that. And then on the flight back home, which was I think flight took off at like 10:45 p.m. I was in the middle aisle and I wasn't squished. I had arm room. I was actually okay. The guy beside me, though, he was getting his flirt on because he was like, if you need to lay your head down on me, you can. So that let me know I wasn't going to sleep. I'm staying awake. What movie can I watch for 2 hours? So that's what I did. I was like, headphones, please. And then I was just like staring at the back of the seat because I refused to go to sleep. I'm like, lay my head on you. Boy, I don't know you like that. So we got out there. Now, dealing with all of that, I did have a pretty large backpack because I didn't want to check in anything. I just wanted to put everything on my bag and walk around. Normal Allanda would have been like, no, the bag's too heavy. We're not doing it. But I've been working on my strength training. I've been going to the gym. Well, I have been going to the gym this week, but I haven't been going to work out. I've been sitting in the sauna. So that's just, I've gone twice this week and all I did was sit in the sauna and then come home. I did my vibration plate and my walking pad. And then that was pretty much the extent of my workout this week. But I was able to walk around a lot with this bag. I mean, look at that. That thing is massive. I don't know how much it weighed, but it was huge. And I had a lot of clothes. I had my CPAP machine in it. I had 2 pairs of shoes in the bag, and then I was wearing a pair of shoes. But my reality is I was able to do it. I walked around and I felt fine. I was so proud of myself when I walked by and saw, I was like, oh, look at the girl getting her walk on with her bag. So I was really pleased about that accomplishment. Even when I came home and co-parent, long story, when co-parent saw me, he was like, oh, you did take the bag. And I was like, I did. Because everyone pretty much knew I was going to put it on and then be like, no, where's my suitcase? But I didn't. I trucked it and trucked it. Now, when I was with my daughter on Saturday morning, and I'll play a little clip of this, but I was with her Saturday morning and something happened that normally would have sent me into a spiral, but this time it didn't. I was just kind of like, okay, I know what's going on. Bam, let me just, you know, pivot and try on a different outfit. So here we go. Good morning, everyone. So I am out here at my daughter's, I don't know what you call this, but we're watching them do like obstacle courses and stuff. And this morning at the hotel, I put on a pair of pants, size 10. I've been wearing these now since May, and they did not want a button. They did not want a button. Now, old Allanda would have panicked and like, oh my gosh, what is going on? And I would have set myself into a spiral, which would have led to me not being able to actually enjoy today. But knowledge is power. So I was like, well, you flew in yesterday, so we got some flight inflammation. We went out to have celebratory dinner. I had steak, that's salt. So this morning when I woke up and I couldn't button the pants, I didn't flip out. I was like, okay, I brought another pair. So I am wearing these. So yeah, just wanted to share with y'all. So yeah, I had a lot of swelling. My ankles swole, my fingers were swelling, but I didn't spiral because I knew what happened. We went to dinner. I had the flight. At dinner, we actually had water, but I wasn't tripping. Like, what the hell? I can't button? I wore these 2 weeks ago. I can button. But at that particular time, I could not button. So I just went on and grabbed another pair. And I actually grabbed this dress. I grabbed this dress and I got it from Walmart. Now you can't really see, but it has like a little ruffle on the end. So it's not a tent dress, it's like an A-line dress. So we like this dress. And I was really excited by that because I took my daughter kind of like supply shopping. And while we walked by, I saw the dress and I was like, huh, I kind of like that. So I went on and picked it up, and yeah, it's become one of my favorite dresses. I might actually wear it tomorrow or Saturday. Saturday I have a baby shower to attend. I might be wearing it then too. But just being able to try on clothes in a size that I feel comfortable with has really been able to make me happy. Along with making me happy, while I was with my daughter, I did take her and a foreign exchange student to get their nails done. I got my nails done, so a little pamper time for me, which I really did kind of need, especially with the swelling that I had. Having a lady do the massage really did aid in some of the swelling that I had. What else happened? Speaking of the swelling, my doctors, they're still at it, trying to work into what's going on with my body. I actually gave blood yesterday. I had a blood draw yesterday. I had a blood draw today. Hey, so I just came from doing blood again. This time 5 bowels. So I don't know what they're checking, but 5 of them. All right. And yeah, so we're trying to figure it out. One doctor wants to test me for PCOS. Other than the fact I know a lot of y'all have PCOS, I don't know that much about it. So she's going to test me for that. My other doctor is testing my electrolytes because I have a stress test with him next Friday, and he wants to have those results readily available so we could discuss them. Along with that, I also had a food allergy draw to kind of run a panel. So when I do go to the allergist, they have all of that information linked up. Now, I did go ahead, moving on, new topic. ADHD is real, y'all. I did go ahead and utilize my HSA savings card, because if you know, last Friday I told y'all, I don't know what the hell I did, but my card had a nice little chunk of money on it. And so I ordered the vial, and I'll play that video in just a second. But I also picked up a box of name brand, and I have enough to order through Mochi for the whole entire year, including with the membership. So I'm doing pretty good on the tirzepatide. Now, let me tell you a little bit about Mochi Health. Mochi Health is a telehealth provider that pairs you with a doctor. You and your doctor will discuss if GLP-1s are an option for you. If they're an option, you decide, should you go with semaglutide? Should you go with tirzepatide? Now, please understand, they also have an insurance department that can run your insurance to find out if you qualify for name brand. I actually have a family member who did it, and she actually pays a little bitty penny for her name brand. Now, her primary care doctor did not want to prescribe her on the GLP-1. He's still old school. He kept telling her, diet and exercise, diet and exercise. She's like, I'm over that. So she went on and joined Mochi. They ran her insurance, and her insurance covers it. Now, why is she gonna stay on it with the monthly membership? Because it's easy and simple. When she needs to titrate up, she'll contact the doctor. When she needs to, have questions, the doctor's readily available. Mochi Health has a 24-hour service, so if you have questions, you can reach out any time of day. I know myself, I've sent my doctor many of questions along the way, and he gets back to me. So if you are looking to start a GLP-1 weight loss journey and you're not sure where to start, may I suggest Mochi Health? I have the information down below, but I recently looked at my analytics, and 49% of y'all are watching on your cell phones, and 39% of y'all are watching from your TVs. So I'm gonna put a QR code here just in case you wanna grab your phone and you have it. So yeah, Mochi Health, it has been a lifesaver, a game changer, and they have been able to help me continue my journey. I pay $238 a month with a $79 membership. Like I said, down below, you can use my code and get $40 off your first month. If you end up with semaglutide, it'll be $138. If you end up on tirzepatide, it would be $238 for your first month. So for me, it's doable. But I also still play with name brand. If the money's available, I get it. Because with most name brand and compound companies, you can only fulfill it once per month. But when you're playing around with two, you can stretch it and make it work for you. So yeah. Last thing is my shot. Yeah, it's just been a good week. I haven't really had any complaints. I'm just living and learning and doing the things I need to do. I did hear that Lilly, name brand, is starting a health app. I think it's called Thrive AI. It's supposed to track your wellness, your shots, things of that nature. I'm very happy with the PEP weight loss tracker app. That's what I use, but I keep getting these emails about Thrive. So I'm curious, has anyone actually downloaded it and looked into it? I haven't. But yeah, their marketing team is on it. They are on it. But I'm gonna have to pass right now. I think it's probably because I did order the vials that my information is readily available right now. So yeah, I hope y'all are doing well. I will give myself my injection, and I'll talk to y'all later. There is one that I have yet to try. I've tried. This is hot. Oh, not hot. This is cold. I've two, actually 3 in here. I have tried the pen. I have tried the compound, and now I will try the vials. Yep. Here's one more. And just for reference, it's a box with a cooler. Y'all. Dun, 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 dun. So here we go. So there are four single use, and they expire June of 27. Y'all see that? June of 2027. That's in 2 years. I'm gonna open one. But in my mind, I'm like, girl, these gonna go in the refrigerator forever. Forever. Oh, it's so tiny. It's so tiny. It's so tiny. I mean, kid you not, the instructions are almost bigger than the vial. Y'all see that? The instructions are almost bigger than the vial. All right, so here we are, getting ready to give myself my NAD and my tirzepatide. Now, someone asked me, why am I doing NAD every day? Because yes, normally you would do it a couple of times a week. The first time I gave it to myself, I did not like the way it made me feel. My throat was almost felt like closing up, and my nose felt like it was closing up as if I had an allergic reaction to it. And so after I spoke with my Mochi doctor, he suggested, I'm going to say microdosing. He didn't say microdosing, but eventually that's what it boiled down to. So I give myself 12 units every day opposed to the 50 or 100, because I'm supposed to build up to 100. So 50 twice a day. And then on the second week, do 100 moving forward. But it's easier for my body to just use a small amount every day. And this is to help with my inflammation and my muscle repair. I mean, there's some other benefits like energy. I don't know if I really see that. I don't know. But there's some other benefits to it. So yeah. Sir, we don't do that. Lose your mind. We don't do that. We don't do that. Get your life together. Also, wanted to share this little tidbit with y'all. So my son's school, for games, they have a concession stand. Well, the parents run a concession stand, and the school requires every parent to run a concession stand once a year. I just happened to do it twice this year, but whatever. My point is that this past week, when I did run the concession stand, I ran it with a guy I've never met. Now, he has a seventh grade daughter, and I have a 7th grade son. But you know, they're at that age where girls don't mingle with boys and boys don't mingle with girls. So it was a lot of, oh, so what does your child do? And this is what my child does, and da 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 da. Well, he's a plastic surgeon. And eventually, because we started talking about vacations and that kind of stuff, and he said, you know, it's hard for him to get off because he usually has procedures on schedule. And so, long story short, he has taken GLP-1s. Now, he's a pretty thin guy, but in his clinic or at his practice, they have a component where they help their patients get either name brand or compound. And so he was explaining that he wanted to try out the compound. So he did 3 weeks on semaglutide, lost 2 pounds. Then he waited a full month, and then he tried tirzepatide. And when he did, he lost 15 pounds in 3 weeks. And I was like, wow, okay, you know, I'm doing good. But the whole point is he wanted to be able to tell his patients what his experience was like on the medications. And I just thought that was so cool. Yeah, I did tell him I was on tirzepatide and how much I've lost and all that stuff. And he said he weaned himself down. So after the 3 weeks, and he didn't even do a full 2.5. I forgot to tell y'all that. He did not do the full 2.5. He did, I don't remember. I forgot the number. I don't do numbers. But eventually to wean himself off, he was doing like 0.75 for a couple of weeks. So yeah, I just thought it was really interesting that he wanted to be able to put himself in his patient's shoes. And, you know, taking both medications, he lost 17 pounds. All right, y'all. Yes, I know I did my arm, and yes, I know I get insomnia, but this is homecoming weekend, and so I have a late night tonight, and I have a late night Saturday with the dance. So it's fine. I'll sleep during the day. And yes, I know my shirt is too big, but it's brand new, and I was determined to wear it, so I have an underlay. So after it gets dry cleaned, it'll find a new home. But I can say I wore it. I have my outfit on. Yeah. But I was going to wear my brand new shirt. See y'all later.